Hey everybody, welcome back to TTBurger Game Reviews, and I'm Tony. Now, show of hands here. How many of you Sony fans have heard of the game Warhawk? Yeah, I figured that was the case. But I'm sure those of you these days who have heard of Warhawk know of Warhawk through the game Warhawk 2007 released on the PlayStation 3, which was an online multiplayer game where you fought people online using fighter jets, tanks, and more. But did you all know that there was a Warhawk game released on the PS1 at launch in 1995? Well, we got it right here. This is Warhawk 1995 for the PlayStation 1. This was considered one of the PlayStation launch titles, and as you can see, it's in the long box and stuff. And this was made by Single Trac, the people who made Twisted Metal and such. And this is what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at Warhawk for the PlayStation 1. So let's get started. Now, going into Warhawk here, back when this first game came out, this game was considered cutting edge for its time because there weren't that many combat flight simulator games on the home console, so let alone the PlayStation. And yes, I know there was Air Combat, aka Ace Combat, released on the PlayStation as well, but that was in an arcade-style flight combat game. This was a combat flight simulator game, and it definitely is a great game. It's got some problems with it and stuff that prevent it from being perfect, but it's still a great game that's definitely worth checking out. And as we get started here, we are treated with this FMV cutscene, and back in the day, these FMV cutscenes were considered cutting edge for its time. I mean, like, I like these FMV type of cutscenes in games back then. I know people aren't really a big fan of them, but I was a fan of them depending on the game and stuff like that. And the game follows those two pilots known as Hatch and Walker as they're trying to stop the evil Creel from taking over the world using red mercury that he found through mining in certain areas. And he's using his army to try and stop Hatch and Walker and stuff. And what will he do when he takes over the world? It's unknown, so it's up for Hatch and Walker to stop them. Now, the story is pretty much basic. It's pretty much something we've seen to death back in the day. But I like these type of stories, and the story is awesome in my opinion. I mean, you got to keep in mind that this was in 1995, where there were a lot of stories that were like this in combat games and stuff like that. So it's basically fine with me. But now, as we get into the game's presentation, looks really good. I mean, like, it still looks good to this day. I mean, like, the FMV cutscenes look nice, which I've already mentioned, but the in-game graphics look awesome as well. I mean, like, there's like barely any frame rate issues whatsoever. I mean, I only counted a couple slowdowns here and there, but the game's graphics look nice. I mean, like, the Warhawk plane looks awesome. I mean, like, and the enemy models look great, and like the backgrounds look nice. I mean, the backgrounds are huge. And when I mean huge, they are huge. You can pretty much fly open worldly, like, kind of in the area, shooting whatever you want and stuff, while completing your objective at the same time. And that's what the thing is. I'll get that later on. But like, the graphics really do look great. I mean, like, they're basically on par with Twisted Metal's graphics too. Like which came out, because like you can tell, like, comparing Single Trac's graphics to Warhawk and Twisted Metal, they look very similar to one another, and that's a plus as well. And heck, there are actually these sound effects that were used in Twisted Metal as well. So like, and that's actually really not a bad thing, because like back in the day when a company made different types of games, they used the same sound effects from their game stuff that they made, because if they made both games, then it's okay. I mean, it's not stealing or anything like that, because like they both come from the same company. But I'm kind of dragging on there. But like, for sound, like I said, some of the sound effects you hear were used in Twisted Metal as well. But like, the voice acting is pretty good. I mean, like, it's not the best type of acting you'll see like in games like Wing Commander 3 or anything like that and stuff. But the acting is still pretty good. I mean, like, it's a little hokey, but like, this was the 90s. There was gonna be a lot of hokey dialogue in games stuff like that, and that's perfectly fine with me. The music is kick-ass. I love the orchestral tunes that you have when you're fighting the enemies. It's like, it really puts you in the mood to like fight the enemies and complete your objectives and stuff, and the music really does a great job. Now, getting into the gameplay here, it's basically simple. You shoot enemies and other things to complete your objectives. But the main thing you'll be doing is collecting these little red energy canisters that are located in dangerous areas and hidden areas, that you have to find throughout the game. And it's the only way you'll be able to complete the missions completely, because like you have to do certain things to get the energy canisters. Like there are like a multiple number of them you have to find. Like one level you have to find only one. One level you have to find 2. One level you have to find like 6 or 8 or so. And like it does seem like a lot, but it adds challenge to it. And like the challenge factor is there. And like with the opponent AI and stuff like that, putting up a good fight. But there are a couple complaints though that I have with the game. Is that like, for one, the length is like, the game is not very long. It's only like about 7 missions or so. Like if you count like the final boss fight with Creel, but it's only 6, not counting the boss fight. But and after that, there's like pretty not much else to do. There's no multiplayer or anything like that, no co-op or whatever. I mean, it would have been nice if there was like co-op multiplayer or any type of multiplayer for you to play with a friend or so. But that's not the case at all. And the other complaint I have about the game is that there is no save feature in this game. You basically have to enter a password to like get back to the level when you die and stuff, and I don't really like that much, but I can forgive it kind of, because like a lot of PS1 games back then used password system, didn't have a save feature. But it would have been nice if this game had a save feature. Is all it is. But that's pretty much all the negative complaints I have about the game, like the length and the password system. But this game is definitely awesome, and it still stands up as one of the best launch titles for the PlayStation 1 to this day. And I know that there are people who are going to be asking me, what do you think of Warhawk 2007 on the PS3? Well, since I'm not a fan of multiplayer-only games, I don't like it that much. I mean, I will admit right now, I did play it at first when I got the game, because I thought I decided to give it a try and try some multiplayer-only games, and honestly, I wasn't a fan of it and stuff. I mean, I wasn't a fan of it. I don't know if the servers are still up or not. Like I'm sure that the servers have been long shut down, because like the game is over 10 years old. So I just like feel like that the servers are shut down. But I just didn't care for Warhawk 2007. I prefer this Warhawk because it was the original. It's got a plot, single player mode and stuff, and it's fun. It's innovative. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. So, what's my final verdict here? Well, I say pick this game up if you can find it. If you can find it in the long box, it definitely will be a huge collector's item if you can find it in the long box. And I just had a lot of fun with this game. I mean, like dogfighting enemies, like collecting the energy canisters, upgrading my weapons after I'm done getting upgraded weapons too. Like I had a lot of fun with this game. I mean, I still play it to this day. It's just so much fun, and I recommend people picking it up if they have a PS1 and they want a flight combat simulator game. This game is definitely for you. Due to the couple complaints I have with the game, like with the password system and the length, I will not be giving this game a perfect 10, but I will be giving it a 9 out of 10 because it's a fantastic game. I definitely recommend you all to pick it up because it's definitely worth it in the end. That's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony. Peace out and stay tuned. There's more on the way. And before I forget, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and don't forget to join my Discord group, TTBurger Gamers United. You can find the link in the description and at the end of the video where it says thanks for watching and stuff like that. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony. Peace out.